So good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Would you like to tell us a little bit about your story, Olive? So when were you born? Where were you born?
Yes, well, I was born in 1913, which makes me 100 years old in January.
Mm-hmm.
And I've always lived locally with my parents, my family, of course. And but before that, we lived 2 roads away from here.
Okay.
And I remember the First World War, and we lived in a downstairs flat, and the people upstairs used to come down with their little girl. I was about 3, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
1913, 19. Yes, I was about 3, and the little girl upstairs was about 2, and we were all put on the big bed while the raids were on, and the guns were going, and of course it didn't mean much to me, but we survived. And then, of course, life went on quite normally until 1939, when the second one started. And we also survived that. But, yes, I had 2 brothers and a sister who married, but I didn't. And I just lived here with my parents, and I did enter the civil service when I was young. And I did 40 years from the time I was 14, and then they allowed me to leave to look after my mother, who was an invalid by that time.
Mm-hmm.
And she lived another 12 years, and then I was left here alone, and so I've lived here on my own since 1979.
Quite a while.
Yes.
And I believe, Olive, you're a homeopath, so you like homeopathy.
Well, yes, I had some trouble on my hands when I was about 10, and my grandmother, well, I said to her, I'm going to do cookery. She said, oh, well, you can't do cookery with hands like those. I'll take you to the homeopathic hospital next week, which she did. And to cut a long story short, they got me better in about 5 or 6 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So from then on, if I had any problem, I went to the London Homeopathic Hospital. I did have a bout of rheumatism, and with temperatures, and they thought I was going to have rheumatic fever, and they got me better in 5 or 6 weeks. I feel very, very strongly that they've been responsible for my good health.
Mm-hmm.
All my family were not against homeopathy, but none of them practiced it like I did.
Okay.
Which was funny.
Mm-hmm.
I think some of them did go to the hospital just occasionally, but of course I also went to homeopathic doctors as well if I was worried about anything, and still do.
Mm-hmm.
My homeopathic doctor rings me up sometimes and gives me any advice I need, so here I am at 99 and a bit.
And yeah, 3 weeks from 100 now. And Olive, what do you think keeps you so well? What is your secret, or which kind of advice could you give to any of us to live a life so well as you do?
Well, I don't really know what to say to that. I suppose you must accept life as it comes, and well, of course, I have lived a very simple life. I've always been a home bird. I've always been home early, and I've never lived like some people do, you know, with lots of excitement
and also, I believe you've never tried alcohol.
Oh, well,
or smoke.
I've never tasted alcohol, and I've never smoked.
Mm-hmm. Which
So
could
I
also...
think those 2 things are probably part of it as well.
Uh-huh. How was your decision to stop, to never try alcohol? Why did you decide not to drink?
Well, my mother's family were fanatical about it. They wouldn't touch a bottle of drink. They wouldn't have it in the. It never came into their house. My big grandmother, my mother's mother, and it's never been in this house until my brother brought some in after my mother died, and he used to have a sherry now and again. But that's all. But of course, I never had it. Never.
And I've seen from you, you signed a little...
A pledge.
A pledge.
Yes, I took the pledge when I was about 8, I think. And I've never broken the pledge. They all signed the pledge, but they didn't keep to it.
They broke it, but you didn't. Excellent. And I believe you also still... You do everything by yourself nowadays, so you still play piano, you cook your meals.
Yes, of course I've slowed down terrifically, really. I can walk about the house, I get up and get dressed and wash and even bath myself still. But that is quite an effort. And so I have to take things slowly, but I haven't any real problems. Not really.
Okay.
No, I don't sleep very well, but apart from that, I'm not doing too badly.
I don't think so. You're doing very well. Okay, so is there anything else that you would like to mention to the young people out there who's going to look at you?
Well, of course, I do think I am a non-smoker and I am a teetotaler and always have been. Always. And I do think that is important, but of course people don't want to do that now. I think smoking particularly is bad. And as for alcohol, well, I suppose if people have a drink at a party, there's nothing wrong with that, but people drink more than that, don't they? Yes, I think non-smoking and non-drinking is very important. I really do.
And having a positive mind, that helps as well?
Yes. Yes, and enjoying the simple things of life, you know, nice holidays. Well, I've only been abroad once, that was in 1938 to Germany, but otherwise we've always been holidays down on the south coast, and of course I've been a great gardener as well.
Oh yes, you've got a beautiful garden.
Yes, I think it's a joy. If you haven't got a garden, of course you can't do it, but it's a pity if you haven't. And it's lovely to grow things and have a nice lawn.
And you also really like to feed the birds and the foxes around.
Oh, well, yeah, of course I'm a great animal lover. Oh, yes, quite definitely. Yes, I don't worry about the fox if he comes. And I've got a mini aviary, I suppose I could call it, couldn't I?
Yeah.
I feed, and I have lots of lovely birds come in the cages and put seed out for them. And somebody does it for me now, I can't do it. But yes, I am a great animal lover, and in my last years I'm almost a vegetarian, but not quite.
Would you like to become a vegetarian completely?
I would like to, but I think if you've always eaten meat, you want to give it up gradually and know what else to eat. Instead. Make sure you do have enough to eat. And it really wants a lot of thinking about. If you do it suddenly. Yes, I don't know what else I could say, except of course I do love my garden, and I always have.
And we're looking forward to what's going to happen on your 100th, what you're going to receive. That we're looking forward to see what's coming.
Yes, I'm looking forward to that, and what friends I have left. Of course, most of my friends have gone, but